Good morning. Here are here we are with another session in engineering mechanics. In engineering mechanics, we are doing the chapter of the beams and supports. In this series, till now we have seen 5 sessions on engineering, that is beams and supports. So we have seen what are what is a beam. We have defined the beam as an horizontal structural member which is subjected to transverse load. That is, the load is applied perpendicular to the axis of the beam. The beam, there are generally 6 types of beams, that is the simply supported beam, cantilever beam, fixed beam, continuous beam, propped cantilever, and overhang beam. These are the types of beams we come across in our engineering, civil engineering studies. Then our aim sorry, in beams, our aim is to find the reactions of the at the supports. So to design reactions, proper reactions, we have to know what are the reactions at supports. That is the reaction to the force and reaction to the movement. That is why we use the equilibrium conditions for finding the unknown reactions and moments. That is why we use sigma Fv is equal to 0 and sigma m is equal to 0, the two equilibrium conditions, the static equilibrium conditions which we have seen earlier in force systems. These two equilibrium conditions we use to find the unknown reactions. The third equilibrium condition, that is sigma Fh is equal to 0, is not useful for us because we are not loading the beam with any horizontal force. Therefore, since there is no horizontal force, we cannot have any horizontal reaction. Therefore, sigma Fv is not useful to us. Here also we have seen some problems, some numerical examples on the point loads which are loaded on simply supported beam. That is, when a point load is loaded symmetrically, the entire load is shared equally by the support. Similarly, when the point load is applied eccentrically, the load will be shared in the proportions of the distances on the other side of the span. That is, when load is applied eccentrically, if the distance between the load and the left, one support is A, the other support is B, then RA is proportional to the distance B and RB is proportional to distance A. That is how we have proved the reactions. Similarly, we have seen some combinations of loads. Several point loads when act on simply supported beam, what is the effect? In the next step, we have seen about the UDL. When UDL is applied, the uniformly distributed load is load which is evenly applied on the beam to full beam or so to some extent. Therefore, the total load on the beam is calculated on the basis of the intensity of load into the distance for which it is applied. Here there is an example of the uniformly distributed load of 50 kilonewtons. 50 kilonewtons per meter. Since it is applied for 4 meters distance, the total load will be 50 kilonewton per meter into 4 meter, that is 200 kilonewtons. As we know that the load, when load is symmetrical, the load is equally shared by the two supports. Therefore, RA and RB will be equal. That is, this 200 load will be shared between RA and RB equally, means that each support will have 100 kilonewtons reaction. Similarly, we will be seeing some problem with some eccentric UDL. That is, let us suppose that UDL is applied only to the only one half of the beam, that is to the right half of the beam. Then we have seen that the total load is 100 into 2 meters, that is 200 kilonewtons. It is the loading is 100 kilonewton per meter loaded along only 2 meters of total length of 4 meters. Therefore, the load will be 200 kilonewtons. Then the load of the point of action of the load will be at the center of the load. Therefore, if the load is of length 2 meters, it will be acting at 1 meter length. So the total distance from RA or the left support will be equal to 3 meters. That is how we have calculated the moments. So initially we have found out what are the reactions by using the first equilibrium equation we have applied. It is sigma Fv is equal to 0. The total load applied on the beam is 200 kilonewtons, and there are two reactions Ra and Rb which are considered to be negative. So therefore Ra plus Rb is equal to 200 kilonewtons as given the first equation. Similarly, since there are three forces, three moments are produced. Actually, three moments are produced. That is minus Ra into 0, because Ra, the reaction Ra will be at A, so the distance is 0, so moment will be force into distance, force into 0 will be 0, Ra into 0. Next, the load is acting, the load of 200 kilonewtons is acting at 3 meters from the left support. Therefore, 200 into A minus Rb into 4, which has given us 150 kilonewtons. Rb is equal to 150 kilonewtons. That is, reaction at B is 150 kilonewtons. Out of 200 kilonewtons, the B is having 150 kilonewtons. Since the load is only applied near B and at the far end A there is no load, so the share will be equal to only 50 kilonewtons at Ra and 150 kilonewtons at Rb. Now in this session we will see a problem with some eccentric load. It is not symmetric, or neither it is applied over a half of the beam. It is a 2 meters load is placed on a 6 meters beam in such a fashion that it is at a distance of 3 meters. It has started from distance of 3 meters from the left support. So let us see the problem. A simply supported beam of length 6 meters is loaded with a UDL of 60 kilonewton per meter for a length of 2 meters, starting from a distance of 3 meters from the support. Find the reaction. So out of the 6 meters, only 2 meters is loaded. That too, it started after 3 meters from the left support. So initially we will find what is the total load, so that we will have the clear idea and we can also check it finally. First of all, if we find the total load, instead of reactions, simply if we find the total load and keep it aside, we will have clear idea about the reactions. Actually, this step we will be doing while finding the reactions, but it will be, once we calculate the load separately, it will be clear. So here the load is laid over 2 meters length, that is 60 kilonewton meters, 60 kilonewton per meter into 2 meters will give you 120 kilonewton load. So this is clear that both reactions RA and RB should bear this load of 120 kilonewtons, because only the load is 120 kilonewtons. It is supported on two supports. So in whatever may be the ratio, the two support should bear the load. Therefore, RA plus RB should be equal to 120 kilonewtons. We use the two equilibrium conditions to determine the reactions. As usual, these two equilibrium equations will help us to find the reactions, because we have two unknowns and these two equations. Then two unknowns and two equations, by solving the simultaneous equation we can find out the unknowns, that is RA and RB, the reaction at support A and reaction at support B. By taking sigma Fv is equal to 0 initially we will look at the forces which are acting at on the support. Since there are only three forces, that is one applied load and two reactions. The applied load is 120 kilonewtons and two support reactions RA and RB are acting upwards and 120 kilonewtons is acting downwards. Therefore, from the first equilibrium equation we have 200, that is plus minus RA and minus RB is equal to 0. That is two reactions from moving upwards and the load moving downwards. They are in the opposite direction. Therefore, 200 is taken as positive, RA and RB are taken as negative. Therefore, RA plus RB is equal to 200 kilonewtons. This is our first equation. Then we will have the second equation by using the second equilibrium condition, that is the sigma m is equal to 0. For that we will be taking moment set A, and generally I am taking always moment set the left support A. It is not the rule that we have to take at only one support. We can take at any support. At any support the moment should be equal to 0. But for me it will be convenient for taking at A, because I will be starting from the left. So it is convenient for me to calculate at A. That is why if we practice with only one side, then it will be easy for us to calculate the moments. Instead of one time calculating at one support, another time if we calculate at another support, sometimes we may commit some mistakes. So we get used to only one type of solution, that is either find the moments at A or moments at B. So that will give a clear idea instead of any confusion. I am taking moments at A. Therefore, since there are three forces, as I said earlier, RA is acting at A, hence the moment produced by RA will be equal to 0 because the distance is 0. So as we have done several problems, from now onwards we will not consider the reaction RA for finding the moment. That is why I am ignoring the RA. Since the RA into 0 will become 0. That is why I am taking only the moments of other two forces, that is 120 acting at a distance of 3 plus 2 by 2, that is 3 plus 1. It is acting at the center of this 2 meters length. That is why it is at a distance of 1 meter and plus the 3 meters from B. So total distance from B will be equal to 3 plus 1, that is 3 plus half of the loading distance. So here we come with 120 into 4 minus RB is acting at a, and therefore it will be at 6 meters distance. So RB is at a distance of 6 meters from A. That is why RB into 6, RB into 6 is 120 into 4. We have taken the clockwise movements, that is when 120 is acting from top and it is towards right, then the moment will be clockwise. It will be rotating the wheel in a clockwise direction, or the moment will be in a clockwise direction. Similarly, RB is acting here, it is turning the beam in the opposite direction, that is anti-clockwise direction. The turning will be in the opposite direction. When the you can see this pen is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction when I am applying force from the bottom. That is, similarly when the force is from acting from the top, then the pen is rotating in the clockwise direction. That is how we designate the movements as positive and negative according to the turning. RB into 6 is equal to 480 into 6, 480 kilonewtons. Then RB is equal to 480 by 6, that is 80 kilonewtons. So this, from this moment equation we arrived what is the quantity of RB, that is it is 80 kilonewtons. Solving 1 and 2, that is RA plus RB is equal to 120, RA is equal to 120 minus RB, therefore RA is equal to 120 minus 80, 40 kilonewtons. Therefore the reactions are 40 kilonewtons and 80 kilonewtons at R and B respectively. As I said, the moments can be taken at not only at left support but also we can take the right support. In that case the moment will be 60 into 1 plus 1, that is 2 by 2 is 1. So if we take it right support, the load will be 120 into 2, 240 and RB into 6. Here if we see 60 into 2 will be the 120 moment divided by RA into 6. So RA is equal to 240 by 6 will be equal to 40 kilonewtons. So anyhow we can arrive at the reactions and moments. There is no rule that we have to take only left support or right support. Here till now we have seen point loads and UDLs separately. Let us see the combination of point load and a UDL. Here in this case let us combine the knowledge of simply supported with point load and simply supported with uniformly distributed load, and we will find the solution for this type of problem. A simply supported beam of 6 meters length is loaded with a UDL of 40 kilonewtons per meter for a length of 2 meters starting from a distance of 3 meters from the left support. Find the So the distance has started from 4 meters. That is, the first span is 4 meters. The first portion of the span is 4 meters, and another portion is the 2 meters portion. So on this 4 meters, a central point load is of 100 kN is applied, and on the second portion of 2 meters, there is a UDL of 40 kilonewton per meter. So here we will start the solution. Before that, we will find out the what is the total load on the beam. That is, total load on the beam is 100 kilonewton a point load plus this UDL of W into D2, that is the load intensity into distance. Therefore, it is 100 plus 40 into 2, 180 kilonewtons will be the total load. So we have that idea that the total load is 180 kilonewtons on the load. Therefore, irrespective of their ratios, RA plus RB should be equal to 180. That is, we have some initially we found some idea about the what might be the reactions. By looking at the figure, we have 100 kilonewton load nearer to A and only 80 kilonewtons, that is at B. So we'll see what are the reactions. So as usual, the reactions are determined by using the equilibrium conditions. That is, Fv is equal to 0 and m is equal to 0. Sigma Fv is equal to 0 and sigma m is equal to 0. That is, sum of vertical forces should be equal to 0. Similarly, sum of moment should be equal to 0 at any point, at any support. So a point load of 100 kilonewtons and one UDL of 40 kilonewtons per meter for 2 meters and 2 support reactions are acting here. So there are, in this problem, we have four forces, that is RA, RB, which are unknown, and 2 applied forces 100 kilonewtons and 40 kilonewton per meter for 2 meters. That is, total of 180 kilonewtons is applied on the beam. And this 180 kilonewtons should be shared by RA and RB. Since the loads are not symmetrical, the reactions cannot be equal. So they will be in some different proportions. So from the first equilibrium conditions, sigma Fv is equal to 0, we get that 100, that is applied point load, plus 80, the UDL 40 into 2 kilonewtons, that is 80 kilonewtons, are coming from top or they are acting downwards. So we have put the positive sign, and 2 reactions which are going up are having negative sign. Therefore 180 100 plus 80 minus RA minus RB is equal to 100, is equal to 0. Sorry. Then RA plus RB is equal to 180 kilonewtons. This is our first equation. Similarly, there are four forces, that is 2 reactions and 2 applied forces, applied loads. They produce 4 moments. Here the RA is acting at 0, 100 kilonewtons is acting at 2 meters, and 80 kilonewtons is acting at 4 plus 2 by 2 meters, and RB is acting at a distance of 6 meters. The total load is total distance is 6 meters. So RB is at a distance of 6 meters, and this 40 kilonewtons is acting at half of the loading, that is 2 by 2. So 4 plus 2 by 2 will give you 5 meters distance. That is, the center of movement of UDL is 5 meters from left support. Therefore we get moment is equal to 100 into 2. The 100 is producing a clockwise movement. that is 100 newtons, it is producing a clockwise movement. Similarly, 80 kilonewtons is also producing a clockwise movement. Then RA and RB are producing anti-clockwise movement. Anyhow, RA is not producing any movement because the distance of RA from A is 0. Therefore, we need not consider moment of RA. So 100 into 2 plus 80 into 5 or 40 into 2 into 4 plus 2 by 2, that is 5, minus RB into 6 is equal to 0. Therefore, RB into 6 is equal to 600 kilonewtons. RB is 100 kilonewtons. From the second equation, we got RB is equal to 100 kilonewtons. From the first equation, we got RA plus RB is equal to 180 kilonewtons. Therefore, RA is equal to 180 minus RB. Therefore, RA is equal to 80 kilonewtons. So, the final reactions are RA is equal to 80 kilonewtons and RB is equal to 100 kilonewtons. If we see the figure, the results are slightly different from our expectation, because we 100 kilonewtons is near left support and 80 kilonewtons is near right support. That means after observing that, we think that this RA should be more than RB, but RA is at a distance of 2 meters, but 80 kilonewtons is at a distance of only 1 meter from B. Therefore, as per our expectations, they are not like that. That is, RB is more than RA. That is, even though near RB there is 80 kilonewtons, but it is only at a distance of 1 meter from RB. But 100 kilonewtons is at a distance of 2 meters from RA. Therefore, the ratio will be in such a way that RB is more than RA. Or if we deal them separately, the ratio will be in the, if we take 100 kilonewtons separately, 100 kilonewtons is shared by these two portions, RA and RB, in 1:2 ratio. That is, the RA will be having 66.67 kilonewtons and RB will be having 33.33 kilonewtons. Similarly, if we consider 80 as point load, it is in the ratio of 1:5. So 80 by 6 units, that is 13.33 units, is divided in the ratio of 5 units here, that is almost 65 here, and here 1 unit. So thereby, if we add, we get 80, and that is 67 plus 13 will give you 80. 66.67 plus 33.33, 13.33 will give you 80, and other ratio will give you 100 kilonewtons. So we can also solve the problem, treating as two different problems, as we discussed earlier, that we can treat these two problems, this single problem, as two single problems of having 100 kilonewtons and 40 kilonewton per meter loads separately. We can treat them as two different problems and solve, and then add up the reactions so that we will get the final reaction. But it is not usually followed. It is cumbersome and unnecessary also, considering solving two problems for instead of solving one problem. So in that way also it can be done. So that method is the method. In forces we have the principle of superposition. That is, we can superpose one one load over the other when they are acting, when the beams beam is same and two different loads are acting, we can treat them as two different problems and merge them. Now let us go further into the subject. So we will take a more difficult problem. That is, we will have 2 point loads and a one UDL on a beam. Then let us see what are the results, what are the reaction set RA and RB. 'Here the problem is a simply supported beam of 8 meters length is loaded with a point load at 1.5 meters from the left support. 1.5 meters from the left support and a UDL of 60 kilonewton per meter for the length of 2 meters starting from a distance of 3 meters from the left support, and at another point load of 80 kilonewtons at a distance of 7 meters from the left support. These loads are calculated from the left support. That is, the first load is of 100 kilonewtons acting at 1.5 meters. UDL is 60 kilonewton per meter for 2 meters. It has started from a distance of 3 meters from the left support, and the point load is 80 kilonewtons and it is acting at 7 meters. That is, if you see the figure, it is 100 kilonewtons acting at 1.5 meters and 60 kilonewton per meter for 2 meters is started after 3 meters, and 80 kilonewtons is at a distance of 3 plus 2 plus 2, that is 7 meters, and the other portion is 1 meter. The total length of the beam is 8 meters, 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, and the loadings are like this. So here, if we look at the loads, the total loads are, there are 3 loads: 100 point load, 80 point load, 180, and 60 into 2, that is 120 kilonewtons of UDL. So total is 300 kilonewtons. 100 plus 80 plus 60 into 2, that is, since it is UDL, the intensity is 60 kilonewton per meter and the distance is 2 meters. Therefore, we get 120 kilonewtons. 120 plus 80 plus 100 will give you 300 kilonewtons. So total load is 300 kilonewtons. This is clear. So as we know, the reactions RA plus RB should be equal to 300 kilonewtons. By using the equilibrium conditions, sigma Fv is equal to 0, sigma Mv is equal to 0, we will arrive at the solution. Initially, we start with the reactions. To find the reactions, we start with sigma Fv is equal to 0. So, there are 2 loads and 2 reactions. Therefore, 2 loads 100 plus 8, sorry, there are 3 loads, 2 point loads 180 and UDL of 120, and 2 reactions RA and RB. Therefore 100 plus 80 plus 120, which are coming from top, which are acting downwards, therefore they are taken as positive, and the reactions which are going upwards, they are taken as negative. That is 100 plus 80 plus 120 minus RA minus RB is equal to 0. Therefore RA plus RB is equal to 300 kilonewtons. 100, 180 and 120, 300 kilonewtons. So sum of the reactions is equal to the sum of the loads from coming from the above the beam. So the reactions from below the beam going upwards is equal to the loads which are applied on beam, which will be acting downwards. So those reaction RA plus RB is equal to sum of the loads 300 kilonewtons. Similarly, there are 5 moments produced. That is, there are 2 reactions and 3 applied loads. So we will get 5 moments. That is, starting from RA 100, 120, 80 and RB are the 4 forces acting at 0 distance, 1 meter distance, 1.5 meter distance, 3 plus 2 by 2 meters and 7 meters respectively. This 3 plus 2 by 2 is 2 by 2. That is, the load is applied for 2 meters. It is acting at the center. It has started from 3 meters. So the distance of point of action of load is 3 plus 2 by 2. That is 4 meters from left support. That is the moment center of UDL will be at a distance of 4 meters. Therefore we can calculate the moment using the force into distance. That is, RA into 0 we have not considered. 100 into 1.5 distance plus 120 into 4, that is 120 into 3 plus 2 by 2 is 4, 120 into 4 plus 80 into 7 minus RB into 8. As you know, the loads coming from up are moving downwards are producing a clockwise movement. Therefore, these forces which are acting downwards are producing clockwise movements at point A, and the reaction which is acting at B is going upwards, so it is producing an anti-clockwise movement. So these two movements are very important. The signs of the movements are very important. Not only the magnitude, the calculator will calculate the magnitude, but we have to decide whether the moment is positive or negative. We should be clear that in which direction the point is being rotated by the force. Therefore, we have to be very clear when we give the sign to the moment. So we have, when the forces are acting, simply imagine that forces for the beam is this pen, the force is acting from top, then automatically it will turn clockwise direction. Similarly, when it is from bottom, it will be anti-clockwise direction if the force is towards right. If it is towards left, it will be the reverse. That is why we have to follow only one notation and one type of solution, so that every time we will get the same result. That is why I take the moment set only left supports, so that they always the loads from top will give you the clockwise movement, and loads acting from below will give you anti-clockwise movements. So 100 into 1.5 plus 120 into 4 plus 80 into 7 minus RB into 8. So RB into 8 is equal to 150 plus 480, 630 plus 80 into 7, 560. So 630 plus 560 will give you 1190 kilonewtons. RB into 8 will be 1190 kilonewtons. Therefore, RB is equal to 1190 by 8. That is 1190 by 8. The result will be 148.75 kilonewtons. RB, the reaction at B will be 148.75. Since Ra plus Rb is equal to 300, Ra is equal to 300 minus Rb, that is 300 minus the value which just we have found out, that is 148.75. 300 minus 148.75 will give you 151.25 kilonewtons. Therefore, the reactions are at Ra it will be 151.25 and 148.75 at Rb. Almost they are equal, but they are not equal. The loading is accidentally or coincidentally, that is almost symmetrical. That is, it is 151.25 and another is 148.75. So we have seen three different types of loadings on. In this session, we have concentrated on the UDL on simply supported beam, and then we have seen the combination of UDL and point loads on simply supported beam. So with this, we have done all varieties of problems in simply supported beams. That is, on simply supported, we have seen a point load which is applied at the middle, and we have seen the eccentric point load, and also we have seen the combination of point loads, that is two or more point loads acting on simply supported beam. We have found out the results, and then we have come to the problem, the UDL, that is uniformly distributed load. So we have applied uniformly distributed throughout the beam, that is throughout entire length L. Then we have found out the resultants, that is Ra is equal to Rb is equal to WL by 2. The entire load W to the at a distance of throughout the distance of L will give you total load WL, that is W kilonewton per meter into L meters will give you WL meters. We have seen that since it is symmetric, the reactions are equal. Therefore, Ra is equal to Rb is equal to WL by 2. That is, WL is shared by WL by 2 and WL by 2. And then we have moved to a problem where the load is applied only at some portion of the beam. That is, load is applied this is UDL which is given throughout the beam. So total entire load is 200 kilonewtons. So the reactions we got 100 and 100. Similarly, when 100 kilonewtons of load at a distance, only half of the portion of the beam, then we have got the reactions are as 3WL by 4 at Rb and WL by 4 at Ra. That is 3:1 ratio we got. That is 1 unit at Ra, reaction will be 1 unit, and reaction at B will be 3 units in such a case. That is, if it is a load of some intensity loaded only half of the beam, then the reactions will be one time at the portion where it is not laid, and 3 times it will be on the portion on which the load is laid. that is the those were the resultants. Those were the results we got from this problem. Similarly, we have seen some eccentric UDL, that is, it is applied somewhere on 6 meters, that is, it has started from 3 meters and it has extended up to only 2 meters. So it is, the load is leaving 3 meters span free of load and 1 meters of span in the right without any load. Then we have seen the reactions as 80 kilonewtons and 40 kilonewtons. It has no specific relation, so it is uh, the loading is not following any rule, so it may be anything, so we cannot have any conclusion from such type of loading. Here also we have seen a combination of one UDL and one point load, and we have found out what were the results. And in the last problem we have seen combination of 2 point loads and one UDL. Here we have solved this problem and we have found out the reactions to be 151.25 and 148.75 respectively. At RA it is 151.25 and at RB it is 148.75 kilonewtons. So these were the numerical examples we have taken in this topic. I hope it is clear from these examples, that is, the concept is clear to you, so that we can attempt any type of problem in the simply supported beam. So on simply supported beam there can be any type of loading. So simply by finding the sum of the loading, we can have the RA plus RB is equal to the total load, and then taking moments at any point, any support, we will get the reaction B. Then by subtracting reaction B from total load, we will get reaction A. This is how we solve the problem to find the reaction. Hope you understood this session and it was useful to you. Thank you one and all.